Well, I mean, I have to hit the record button first. Wait, drunken what?
Drunken extravaganza of random button pressing.
Yeah. Those are words you said? I wasn't paying attention. Can you say that again? So hello everybody and welcome back to Double Dip Draft Week 3 has just happened. It's exciting. We had some things come up, some upsets, some battles, things. I am Cabral, coach of the Hashling Sandslashers. Joining me today once again is...
Aurora, coach of the Hoonsbrook Hunters, threatened to be here by force after trying to leave last week.
Yes, I had changed your shoes to the floor so you could not leave.
You promised me if we're done here, you'll unlock me, right?
So, with that being said, we have our first couple of matches that are super exciting. We have our first match of the week, actually, being Nihilus, who is doing really well at a 2-0 at this point, and Ghosty, who's at an 0-2, hoping to get a cheeky little win here, perhaps. Of course, Nihilus is the coach of the Dallas Duckletts, and Ghosty is the coach of the Reno Rapidash. Looking at the team lineup, that's a Hail team, if I ever saw one.
Are you telling me that the person who drafted the Hail team is bringing the Hail team?
Yeah.
Is this the kind of commentary you've trained me to the floor for?
Yes. You know, you can take your shoes off at any point.
I'd have to bend down.
That's fair. With that being said, yes, we do have Hail. Mega Blastoise is back. Pangoro's back as well. And we do also see Spiritomb over there. On the opposite side of the field, we have Mimikyu, we got Jirachi, we got Shaman, we got Mawile, we got Glaceon. Maybe expecting the Hail? I don't know.
Yeah. So Glaceon doesn't exactly make like great use of the Hail itself. But you know, it is a nice resist, which is nice to have, especially against the Hail team.
But it gets to no cloak.
Yeah, and it's also like fairly specially defensive in general.
Yeah. But looking at the team here, I see a lot more physical than special attackers on Nihilus's team at the moment.
I mean, Napoleon can really go either way. Nihilus really wants special. Blastoise really wants special.
Yeah.
You know, and also just because something has like vastly more physical attack than special attack doesn't necessarily mean it's always gotta be, you know.
What are you talking about? Here's the thing. If I see more stats in attack than special attack, I'm gonna use attack. Like, why wouldn't I? I don't see any benefit to that whatsoever.
I am definitely a proponent of big number. I will fully concede that.
Yeah.
Who needs fun?
You're
when
right.
you have big number.
It's very true. Speaking of big number, let's go ahead and watch this fight. Didn't work, but you know what? I'll take it. I've accepted my fate. We have Jirachi coming out first, probably to do some setup stuff. Nope, just U-turning. Okay. And by the way, Empoleon just takes hits all day from another Seat Flare miss. All day from Ghosty's team.
Yeah, Empoleon is a chunky fucker.
Yeah.
And it'll prove that by, you know, being here for, I don't know, how much do we have left? Like 3 hours?
Something like that. Not that long, honestly.
No, this thing just like sits here. It just clicks Roar. It gets that chip damage off.
Yeah, play rough coming out. Mawile putting in some good work, by the way, can I just say. Thunder Punch doing a lot of damage to this thing. Now it's going for that classic Stealth Rocks Roar set.
Yeah, I mean, he gets a lot of chip damage out of it.
Yeah. Speaking of chip damage, here comes the Hail.
Yeah, like, you know, ready to fucking pile on even more.
You're turning into
And all
Jirachi.
of this is like, yeah, all of this is slowly like setting him up for like something at the end to come in and just do that last bit of damage that's necessary.
Yeah.
another 12.5% done, and also this thing takes a million from Dark Pulse.
It does take a million from Dark Pulse. Well, Sandslash coming in. Seed Flare actually hitting for once. Still doing quite a bit of damage for a grass move that's resisted 4 times.
Yeah, we've yet to see the special defense drop.
Yeah.
Because Seed Flare does do that.
Yeah, has a high chance of doing that too, if I recall, like 60%.
Yeah. Also, here we see that interestingly that Ninetales does not have Light Clay; it has an Icy Rock instead.
It does.
Because the one thing, the Aurora Veil disappears before Hell does.
Yeah.
Speaking of Hell,
Aurora Veil coming out.
Tech.
I love it. That's so fun. What a fun, cool move.
Yeah. Like, Ghosty predicting Niles to come out with his Hill team swinging.
Yeah.
Brought an answer to that in the form of her own Aurora Veil, which is very smart.
That is very smart.
The thing is, though, that, if you just have 2 Aurora Veils on both sides of the game, then it's just like...
Nothing's changed.
We are just sitting here with a game at half speed now.
Yeah, basically. A shame Glaceon actually didn't come out earlier on Ninetales switch in. That should probably be the first thing you do, because Glaceon just takes hits all day from Ninetales.
Yeah.
Except for
another shame is that despite the read that Ghosty did make on the Aurora Veil, she does not have the Light Clay to make it last longer.
No, which is kind of a shame. Probably going for another Sword Stance there would have been ideal. Outspeeding and just doing more damage would have just been a little bit nicer, I think. Especially because you're burned and Aurora Veil's up.
Yeah, and also like this Mimikyu like having the Life Orb as well. Like it's taking Hail Chip, Burn Chip, and Life Orb Chip. On top of just like the slight damage, it gets chipped from its disguise being busted.
Yep.
It takes chip because it tries to breathe, because it thinks too hard, it has a bit of a headache.
Yeah, Life Orb.
And eventually, yeah. Like, did it even take like an actual like direct hit from anything?
It did take a couple of hits from something. I think it took a Dark Pulse. No, not a Dark Pulse. What did it take? I thought it took something. It took a Foul Play.
No, but that's the disguise.
Yeah, that was disguise.
I
did not take an actual hit.
Mimikyu literally has been taken from 100% health to 0% health just through chip damage.
Yeah. Kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But that was the first fight. Nihilus getting away with a fairly clean victory there, but Ghosty not making it too easy with Spiritomb being at 16%. Even we have basically half health for a lone Sandslash, and a lone Ninetales also taking some damage as well.
Yeah, and making some good reads as well with the running the Aurora Veil on Glaceon.
Such a fun
getting
thing.
a lot of good value out of Mawile.
Yeah.
With just like good, well-timed Thunder Punches.
Mm-hmm.
Even getting, I think it just had Fire Punch, or was it Jirachi?
Jirachi had Fire Punch.
Okay.
Mawile had Thunder Punch, which got it a lot of just...
Yeah, still, like the Fire Punch burning the Blastoise was, very fortunate.
Yeah, made a difference. Killed it.
Eventually.
Yeah, but with that being said, would you like to introduce us to our next fight?
I don't think our next two contestants needs any introduction, because it's IDM4, Murderer of Man, and Spood. Man.
Yes, of course, IDM being the coach of the Brussels Espeons, and Spood being the coach of the Southtown Sandslashers. Both bringing some scary Pokemon to this match.
Yeah, we got, IDM bringing out that Mega Heracross here.
Mm-hmm.
Highest base attack that is still legal in our setup.
165, I believe?
185.
Well, I guess I was wrong.
Yeah. No, that thing has, I think, over 500, maybe even over 600 attack without any boost.
That's insane.
Actually, it's over 500 because it's close to what Regieleki has.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot, is the point.
Yeah.
It hits hard.
Yeah, it definitely hits hard. I mean, Chandelure also hits hard, especially, but, you know, we do see a wall on the other side. Deoxys defense coming in to be able to take quite a few hits from this team, actually.
Yeah, Spoon looking to, flood IDM's team, or IDM's field with hazards.
Yeah, I do see Sandslash there. Deoxys defense gets rocks and spikes, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Rock spikes, it gets seismic toss. Toxic.
Yeah. Lots of chip damage, which IDM does not like because he only has 2 clerics. Surprisingly, not Alcremie, being a fairy type, but Mew and maybe
something else.
Yeah, something else. Maybe Alcremie is a cleric. I'm thinking Defog though, actually. Honchkrows,
yeah,
Mew
more
important.
Yeah, they're the only hazard removal that IDM has. They're both here.
Mm-hmm.
But as we'll see later, like neither of them are going to use any hazard removal options.
Yeah, for sure. But let's go ahead and get started then with this fight. Deoxys defense coming out first.
Immediately leading off of it, hoping to get those things set up, but IDM isn't about it. Tricks immediately and manages to trick a scarf onto this thing.
Yep, and toxic.
Yeah, which this thing was supposed to be Spoon's answer to Chandelure, and now it doesn't really do anything anymore.
Yeah, it doesn't. I think he was running Dragon Pulse on things to hit Chandelure as well.
Yeah, and now like 2 things have just taken nasty overheats. They're already chipped down very low.
Yeah.
But Spoon does finally get his game plan rolling here. Yeah.
Let's get some spikes, get the Toxic up, flip turn to switch into Honchkrow. Cody not wanting to mess with that thing, sending in Sandslash to take a crit Night Slash. Very safe to say that this might be a Super Luck bird.
Yeah, this bird is... I don't have this confirmed, but likely it's just the Scopelands. Super Luck.
Scopelands.
And then moves like Night Slash, Slash, Stone Edge, shit like that.
Yep.
Which has an increased chance at critting. Will always crit with that setup.
Yeah.
Also, the Pinch Berry sadly not paying off. It's it's already taken
like
way too much damage.
Yeah. Super low.
Yeah, to ever live.
Ironhead doing a ton of damage and getting a great flinch off.
Yeah, that flinch, definitely saves Spoon some damage and forces that Honchkrow to go back home.
Yep.
And this Manticore starts putting in some good work.
Yeah.
But obviously, Chandelure is a Pokemon that exists, and that Spoon is having a lot of trouble against at the moment.
Yeah.
No, it does get that special attack boost. It's just a question of like, I think it's like Roost, Hyper Voice, Dragon Pulse.
I can't remember the last one. Something else. Dragon Pulse, I'm wondering how much damage it does, because Chandelure is not very bulky, and outspeeding it, I wonder if you can just get a quick, cheeky Dragon Pulse off and take a Toxic and come back in later and just heal.
You might find yourself surprised, because Chandelure can be a lot bulkier than you expect it to be.
That's fair.
Yeah, also again here we come with the overheat on this poor grandpa.
Yeah.
Having to take it every time.
Going down to 1%, surviving, roosting just in time.
Yeah, like its life was borderline forfeit there, but it is stuck just roosting now, which means IDM can come in and do whatever it is that he feels like doing today.
Yeah, apparently that's clicking on Night Slash and critting.
Yep.
And without Moxie going off, that's most likely Super Luck, unless he's running Insomnia for some reason, but that wouldn't make any sense.
I love the Insomnia. So.
Yeah. Going into Deoxys defense. Clicking on Imprison. Oh no, you didn't use Imprison.
Yeah, Spoon actually did predict this during a team building earlier. But the answer he had for it is just not in any condition to come and do anything about it at this point. So really all he can do is just sort of accept his fate, just struggle to death.
Yeah.
As the rest of his Pokemon are gonna get claimed.
Ironically, Deoxys defense setting in a bunch of rocks and spikes against Cody's team. setting up a trick room so that
Yeah,
Chandelure could come in and kill.
Yeah, but funnily enough, like this thing, and this thing is slower. I'm stupid, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, like the Deoxys said that Spoot made ends up on IDM's side, and sort of deciding the game for him instead.
Yeah. Dragon Pulse, very unfortunate. That was meant to probably kill Chandelure.
At least damage it, but it's a question of like, it's a 50-50 every time this thing comes in. Hyper Voice is like Chandelure doesn't care, Dragon Pulse and Alchemy doesn't care. Aside from that, it's just like Roost and like Twiddle your dick or something.
Yeah, it's just a matter of IDM at that point, just playing around him.
Yeah, just squeezing out that last bit of differential and losing only one Pokemon.
Yeah.
Yeah, also very weirdly for some reason the spikes are invisible.
Yeah, I noticed that as well. I don't know, sometimes it just says that.
I was looking like multiple times, like, wait, what the hell happened to the spikes? It's
absorbed.
Not there anymore.
No,
they're not toxic spikes.
Spikes are on both sides, so.
Yeah.
But the victory goes to IDM. And on that note, moving on to the next match.
You want to introduce these two?
Of course, but I don't need to introduce them. It's Kenneth and Menma. Of course, we have the Neerdowell Nidokings fighting the Minnesota Jynx. Both have scary teams again. By the way, had Kenneth just run Attract, that would have been crazy on one of his female Pokemon.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes the fucking like wheel goes like that, doesn't it?
It really does.
You're like all male or all female.
At one point, I've actually just been tempted to grab a track just to see what happens.
Or just run, what's the ability called? Rivalry. Doing more damage against people of the same...
You could do that. That would be crazy. Could get some little clutch.
I know Nidoking gets it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the problem is it also reduces your damage against the
opposite. Yeah.
The opposing.
Yeah, that's fair. Kind of sucks. But what doesn't suck is the team layout here. Is this the same set as last week, Menma? Because I'm pretty sure it is.
I don't think Mantine was there. Primeape definitely wasn't there.
No, Mantine was there. Right? Maybe it wasn't. I don't remember. Definitely, though, the core of Nidoking, Tyranitar, Scizor, and Dracozolt were there, and they are just hard hitters through and through, so they're probably going to be there most every week.
Yeah, they're definitely, teams looking to punch a bunch.
Yep.
I especially like the Tauros on Chemist side. Tauros is I think it's like a fairly low, like, Pokemon tier-wise. But it's base 110 speed, which is good. It has Intimidate, Sheer Force.
It also has like base 100 attack as well.
Yeah, it has like a usable attack set. Normal typing, it's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Like, Taurus is just a weirdly like good thing.
Yeah. I think it's just HP and defense is just put in lower is mostly what it is. Its move pool is also not the best. It's good move pool. It's nothing to write home about though.
Yeah, its physical move pool is weird. And like a lot of Gen 1 Pokemon, its special move pool, though it only gets 40 base special attack, is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, but I mean, it's 40 base special attack. You can't really do much with that, so.
Yeah.
With that being said, let's go ahead and get started. Tyranitar coming out, setting up Sand, of course, as per usual. Switching out immediately Dracozolt, expecting a water move. Or, I guess, low kick, which is quite effective.
And for like the umpteenth week in a row, Bullbeak just goes straight into a ground type.
Yep. Rock showing up. Simipour coming back out. Taking a Scald like a champ.
Yeah.
Switching back into Dracozolt.
Definitely use some things.
Natural Gift is an interesting move. So if you don't know, it's based on the berry you're holding, and it changes the attack to that type.
The type as well as the power changes on depending on what it's holding. Yes.
Yes.
In this case, after running some Kelks, it should have been an electric berry to try and catch this Mantine off guard.
Yeah.
But I think Menma realizing that this thing came in on Mantine, realized something funky was up and scooted out of there.
Yeah, pretty good call overall. Chow Sneak, of course, taking out Nidoking, doing a great job of that.
Yeah, fuck, that dark poison typing is so good.
Yep. Getting a nice Intimidate off on Mega Scizor. Of course, Swords Dance making a big difference, but immediately switching out because nothing wants to stay in on an Arcanine.
Yeah. Well, not nothing, but a physical, bug steel type does not want to stay in on an Arcanine.
Yeah.
Speaking of things you hate to see, Skull burning this.
A little muck.
This muck,
Yep.
like neutering its damage a ton.
Yeah.
And suddenly this Tyranitar could get itself into a very offensively powerful situation, but it doesn't, and it just sets up Stealth Rocks and fucks off.
Yeah. Dragon Dance would have been a little scary.
It's it's not the flashiest play, but those rocks. Like if you just track that shit during a battle, it just builds up so much.
Yeah. Teleporting out into a Tauros. Interesting call there, and that's a Thunderbolt, doing 47% damage.
That's a Thunderbolt coming off of the 40 base special attacking Tauros.
Yeah, so likely
Which
what the
makes
set
you realize
is sheer force with Life Orb.
Yeah, how strong the combination of Life Orb and sheer force is.
Yeah.
Because the most famous place people use that tends to be Nidoking.
Mm-hmm.
But Nidoking's special attack is only 73.
Yeah, which means it'd just be even stronger than Tauros.
Yeah, but the point mostly being is that it's not high. There's so many Pokemon that easily outdo it, even with the sheer force boost. But sheer force and Life Orb together,
yeah,
it's just so much power.
That crit made a huge difference, by the way. Facade, no longer being Fairy type because Wandering Spirit's now in place.
Yeah, it suddenly loses Pixelate, which is very funny.
That is really funny.
Yeah, Scizor looking to answer the Puffball. It just fucks off into Arcanine, who comes into Scizor all day and all night.
Primate coming in, taking an attack drop from Arcanine. Defiant though, but boosting that back up immediately, doing a ton of damage to Arcanine, and then just killing it.
Yeah, Arcanine is not living that, and suddenly this Primate's looking very powerful.
It is looking very scary.
But also
not killing. Poison being great though.
Yeah, the fucking Poison Touch coming in and dealing the necessary damage to kill the Primate.
Yep. Tauros comes back in. It's running Thunderbolt. What else could it possibly? Flamethrower. Killing. Well, I mean, you can't have anything else for this. That's an Ice Beam, actually. Running the classic Thunderbolt, Flamethrower, Ice Beam. Some of the most powerful, elemental attacks, being base 90, of course, and Sheer Force bumping those up, and Life Orb bumping those up even further. Able to just do a lot of damage to this team.
Yeah. Gen 1 was a very weird generation, which allowed a lot of Pokemon to learn almost all of the available TMs in the game.
Yeah.
For some reason.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why shit like Tauros gets stuff like Ice Beam, like Thunderbolt, like Flamethrower. I can understand Flamethrower. I can see the flavor behind that. Yeah. How the fuck does this thing shoot an Ice Beam?
That I don't get. Thunderbolt, you can make something up, I'm sure. 3 tails, static electricity coming from the horns, whatever. You can make something up for that.
Yeah, like the main or something.
Yeah. Ice Beam, I don't know.
Enough charge.
Cold Heart. But Tauros just wrecked this team, and it's actually crazy. Close match, really close overall, with Altari being at 27% and Tauros almost dying. Had Primate still been around, don't know if Tauros would have. Well, probably would have. It outspeeds Primate, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tauros is so fast. Actually, Tauros outspeeds everything on this team.
Yeah, Taurus's base 110 speed is it's a very good threshold to have on your team. I tend to like at least one Pokemon that goes beyond it.
Yeah, definitely the case. But win goes off to Kenneth at that. And we got our last match of the week, if you want to introduce us.
We've got Dom of the Cincinnati Cyndaquil, and we've got Jason of the Hartford Honchkrows.
Yeah. Dom's just coming off of a very close match against IDM and doing extremely well. A lot of eyes are on him at this point, I think.
And Cabral's gone again.
I'm gone?
Been left alone.
Oh, I'm here.
You just went completely silent on my end.
I did? Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, just like mid-sentence you went completely... I think this must have happened last week too. That's why I stopped trusting you.
Ah, well, that's fair. No, last week, hold on. No, I had to go get the door because a box came in.
Yeah, I know, but like at some point you also said something else that I didn't hear.
I would never abandon you, and you know that.
Look, I have trust issues.
Oh. Speaking of trust issues, Dom, of course, coming off of a pretty solid week 2 fight against IDM.
Are you implying Dom trust issues?
No.
Speaking of trust issues, Dom.
Hey, that's just how I segue.
Yeah, it's not the best way to segue. Speaking of bad segues, this is a bad segue into the fight.
Yeah. Anything else notable from these two?
Dom's sick as hell.
Yeah, Dom had a high fever and was not doing great and was a little hazy. So
he was also playing golf with your friends.
He was playing golf with your friends in the background as well during this fight.
Yeah. Also, yes, you do mean your friends. Yeah. You watching. Your friends were playing golf, Dom.
Yeah, it's true. And on that note, let's get started. Dom's starting off as Elf to set up some rocks. As per usual, taking a hit sash, just be able to do that. Because rocks is just nice to have. Yeah. Clicking on knockoff to get off the leftovers on Melmetal. Clicking on play rough though to try and do damage. Not ideal. Jason's setting up a substitute.
Jason loves that substitute on Melmetal.
Really does. Superpower at least taking away the substitute.
Yeah, and Iron Bash taking away the rest of Southtown's life.
Yep, absolutely. Getting a Thunder Wave off, which is fine, but probably should have clicked on Reflect first and then Thunder Wave.
Yeah, because now we just end up taking, just handing more and more bodies to Melmetal, which is kind of like standing here clicking double Iron Bash.
Yeah.
No thought going on inside the head at all.
Yep, Swoobat also being stupid fast, Simple being stunning. This Chatot scarfed.
Yeah. Also, Chatter's stupid move.
Yeah, it is insane. Chatter coming in and confusing this thing. Dom kills it immediately, which is great. Kingler comes back out to try and deal with this. Even Liquidation. Oh my gosh, it does so much damage. Confusion sucks. Dom probably should have switched to Azelf a little earlier.
Yeah, like it probably just didn't want to take that crabby hit and just like being guaranteed to be faster in the first place, but a shame.
Yep.
You know, it took that hit and then hit itself in confusion for the added damage. It's just like at an unusably low HP point now, and now this Rabami comes in and cleans up what is left, and we end up with a 16-turn game, which
it's relatively short.
It went by fast. A lot of attacking moves were clicked.
Yeah.
And a whole bunch of Pokemon died.
I think this was a match where neither player was just calcing. I think they were just clicking.
I think Dom was already at like 145% brain capacity, being sick and also playing something else in the background.
Yeah.
So like, like whipping out the calc, like, being like a hacker, having 7 screens around you. One of them is golf with your friends.
Yeah.
One of them is just playing static. One is your match. The second one is also your match.
Mm-hmm.
Fourth one is like golf with your friends again.
Yeah, definitely. And by the way, he was making some decent putts on Golf with Your Friends, I will say.
Oh. He'll have to, console himself with those good putts, because he did not win this week.
No, he did not. But you know what? Dom has not done worse than an 0-3, and that is not bad considering how some of the rest of the divisions are looking this week.
Oh, it's definitely respectable to, like, at least put up a fair fight and make sure that your opponent does not get away with a 6-0.
Yeah. Had Dom
Then
not
again,
been sick, I think this match was very much in his favor, by the way, with what I have seen on the moveset here and everything compared to Jason. I don't know what Gliscor's running, but that simple set Swoobat terrifying if... just Dragon Dance T-Tar as well, actually.
Yeah, I'm very curious what this game would have looked like if Dom had just, like, switched out the confused T-Tar and not risked the confusion.
Yeah.
On Krabby.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if that thing had gotten off even a single Dragon Dance, it suddenly puts Dom in a very, very scary position.
Yeah, I think that is absolutely the case. But as we were saying last week, too, being 0-3 is fine, especially because Dom's differential. You know what? Actually, let's take a look at the rankings.
Take a look at those rankings. I love these rankings.
Go ahead and I announced the ones last week. You can do this week, and I'll while you do that, I'll untie your shoes.
Thank you. At the top of the division so far, we still have IDM with a perfect 3-0 record at +13, Nihilus with a perfect 3-0 record at +9, and Chem with a perfect 3-0 record at +6. Then rounding off the bottom for people still currently eligible for moving on to playoffs, it's Menma at 1 and 2. Just completely even, +0. Followed right behind by Jason, it's 1 and 2 -5. Cody at 1 and 2 -6. And Dom and Ghost being at the bottom with 0 and 3.
Dom at -8, of course, and Ghosty at -12. And -8 for 3 losses straight is not that bad. I'm looking across the board at the other 0-3s out there, and it's not that bad, actually.
Yeah, I mean, you can do a hell of a lot worse. That means that, like, the worst thing that could have happened is, like, you lost one, like, 6-0 and then had 2 1-0s.
Yep.
But, like, it means that, like, your average it's doing fine.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a question of, like, flipping it around to being, the Pokemon Lab on your side instead.
Yeah. And that might be the case. One of the things is that Dom has taken care of IDM and Chemith, some of the biggest hitters in this division already.
Yes, which leaves him open to... Because he's been doing fine.
Yeah.
It's just that he has been going up against, like, the very heavy hitters that are in this division.
Yeah, week 1, week 2 was rough to come in, especially for new players shaking off rust and just trying to remember how the game works and all the new mechanics. Especially in the Meat Grinder division.
Yeah, but the thing is currently, like, that 4th playoff spot is held by somebody 1 and 2 at +0.
Yeah.
Even Ghosty and Dom, like, they're only, like, 1 win behind.
Mm-hmm.
And the differential is manageable. Like, 1 good game against the person that has, like, the differential over you.
Yeah.
And you flipped it around completely.
Yeah. And as you were saying last week, we're going to start running into like week 4, week 5. We're going to get a lot of those top end players who haven't fought each other, fighting each other. And we might see some falling outs here and there from the top 3.
In fighting.
Fighting.
All of them are guaranteed to keep their top 3 position for at least 1 more week because they have at least 2 more wins than the person in 4th place.
Yes.
It's a very weirdly lopsided division right now.
Yeah, you know what else is lopsided? Again, please check out the companion videos, but I wanted to say that Diamond Division has 3 people at a 2-1 +5. And then Pearl Division has 2 people at a 2-1 +5. There are 5 people tied right now. 3 of them in 1 division. Which is insane that one division has anyone up for grabs for, like, wherever they are in the division itself.
Yeah, there's still a lot of wiggle room for just about anybody. Like, nobody can get comfy yet.
Yeah.
The fight isn't over, the season isn't over. The opportunities have not yet left the station. You just watch, the people that are currently, like, at the bottom of their respective tiers can still climb up they can still make it back and qualify for playoffs.
Yeah, especially I think more so in the Meat Grinder division and Pearl division. That's very likely. There's definitely chances in Diamond division, but it's a little more lopsided, I feel like, compared to the other divisions. But you have to check out the other videos to listen about that stuff.
And listen to how it came to be and what else. Anyway, a thing that'll probably like do us for this week and do me for forever, because I can leave now. You freed me.
I have freed you. Why were your shoes sticky?
Look, I've been sitting here sweaty for so long.
That's fair. The air's on. Why are you sweating?
It gets hot, man. Okay?
Okay, that's fair. I can't argue with that. And with that being said, thank you all so much for joining us for this week of Double Dip Draft. I have been Cabral. That's been Aurora. She's running down the hallway. Oh my, she's gone. And we'll see you all next week. Take care.